This is my first YouTube video. I'm going to go ahead and start off with how to install Windows 7 on basic computer. I'm working with a Intel Pentium dual core 5700 chip. I'm going to go through how to set it up and everything. Real easy. I've been to prison 13 times, so as far as I'm concerned, anybody can learn it. I have a little bit of college, but nothing with computer tech, but it's real simple. So basically what you want to do first is, of course, turn on your computer. But before you even turn on the computer, now some computers are different. You got F2 to hit, or you have the delete button to hit. In this case, you're going to hit the delete. See how it ran to that? What you'll have to do is you're going to have to press Control-Alt-Delete to start the computer over, and you're going to want to hit delete or F2. That is usually your BIOS functions, depending if it's HP or something. I put a BIOS password on it, so kind of my password. I'm doing a YouTube video, excuse me. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look for somewhere in there. I usually go to Advanced BIOS. You're going to go to your boot sequence, okay? And now what it means by first boot sequence is when you turn on your computer, the computer looks where the operating machine is. So as you can see, I have it already changed. Factory reset, it's usually on the hard drive, because hard drives already come with operating systems. So that way it boots faster. So you have to switch it to the CD/DVD, or if you have a boot from other device or USB, you have to switch them according to that. You just put it on CD/DVD. You're going to exit. You're going to go and you're going to save and exit setup. Okay. Now a lot of computers you hit F12 for your boot, but this one goes straight to the boot. So we're going to see what this looks like. It seems like a mighty long time. I'm multifaceted, so I listen to music and do all kinds of other things. Now let's read reboot, select proper boot device. So since you picked your CD-ROM, DVD driver, go ahead and put your Windows 7 in, and you can basically do this with any of them. WinXP, so forth, so forth. Press any key. And it's going to go ahead and download the files. Come up. I learned computers basically going on YouTube, learning how to fix them. Bought myself about $50 worth of $3 computers, destroyed half of them, threw them, broke them against the wall, so forth. I've been doing this for 2 years. As you can see, I have all kinds of stuff. I make very good money. Like I said, I've been to prison before, but I have my business license. There's no excuse as far as learning, and anybody can learn, trust me. So you see Windows loading up files. Now it's going to go ahead and start Windows. This is usually the longest process for it, depending on how fast your computer is loading, downloading, and so forth. I'm just using a dual core now, 2 gigs of memory. My preference, quad core or whatever, about 8 gigs of RAM. Downloads a little bit faster, but for the sake of it. Okay, now what you have next is Windows 7, English, United States, US. You hit your next. You're going to install now. It's going to set up the starting setup. Should check your BIOS to see whether your processor is 86 or 64. In this case, mine is a 64 processor, so I'm going to go ahead and install it on the 64. You're going to I accept the terms, license terms. Next, custom advanced, unless you are using a disk that you bought from a store and you already have, Vista or you have XP, then you can go ahead and do an upgrade. But I'm doing a fresh disk, a burnt CD, which is illegal. I'm not advertising that, but just for the sake of this disc. So you have your allocated space, your disc, that's the only disc. You might have 3 discs, you might have your disc set up in partitions, so forth. Just for easy sake, I'm just going to go ahead and do this without my partitions, so forth. So that's what I'm going to pick. And then it's going to go ahead and copy files, expanding, installing features, updates, and completing information. Now usually you'll go through and you just put in like your name, some other options that you have, the clock, whatever. It's going to ask you about updates if you want them automatically or so forth. But basically that's it as far as installing on operating system. Real quick, the main factors is once you turn on your computer, you want to make sure that you go to the BIOS. Different computers, you got HP, Gateway, so forth. They have different options. F2, you have delete. So you got to find out what it says. Usually it says in the top left or right corner, it'll say like setup, press this, so forth. Boot, you know, is F12 a lot of times. This one, this is an Intel, or I'm sorry, MSI board, so they require delete. But you want to go into your options on your BIOS. You want to check if it's an 86 or 64 processor. You're going to want to go to the bootable setup devices, and you're going to want to set, if you're doing it from a DVD or CD-ROM, you want to put that as your first order device, because that's where it's going to go to install the operating system. If you're doing it from USB, you want to pick onboard USB or other USB. And then once you do that, you just follow the little options. Usually if it does something and it doesn't allow you, it's probably something real minor. You might want to go back to the BIOS. You want to load the factory default and go ahead and start all over and try it again. It might be a real small glitch. But this is my first video on YouTube. I want to thank you for listening. Like I said, I've been to prison 13 times. I've been to YA, I've been to juvenile hall all my life. I got into computers because a friend told me that I was too stupid to learn them. I'm a very challenging person, so I decided I'd go on YouTube, and in 1 week and a half, I was putting together computers and selling them. You know, I wasn't as far really good at doing the RAID setup and doing all the other gaming features, but I mean, 1.5 weeks for me to sell computers, make money is fine with me. You know, so I encourage anybody that's looking at this video that anybody can do it. I showed my mom how to do it. They go on YouTube, real simple. You type up on YouTube anything you want, and basically you can find out how to do it. My brother asked about how to make hash out of a gram of weed using kitchen utensils, and he actually made some hash out of that, which was ridiculous. But anyways, that's basic setup for that. I have other videos that I'm going to be linking to this, real basic setups. So my name's Martin. Thank you for watching. Bye.